The open rate of my newsletter is close to 45%. The average social media engagement rate is around 5%, meaning if you have 1,000 followers, only 50 of them will get to see your post on average. For the past 8 years working in marketing, I have created more than 100 newsletters for various businesses, from manufacturing tools to legal tech. I know that small business owners watch my channel, and in this video, I'm going to go through an email marketing strategy for a small business with a tiny marketing budget, just like yours. You will learn how to set email KPIs, how to create a newsletter step by step. I've included the nerdiest details, when is the best time to send an email, and why you should forget about the hyped A/B testing, and how much it would cost to run a newsletter for your business. I'll include specific tools and pricing ranges. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Paingy, a simple and cost-friendly graphic design service. With Paingy, you don't need to hire anyone because they bring together top designers from all over the world to work on your visuals. And by the way, they only hire the top 2% of the designers. Later in the video, I'm going to shed some more light on how I used Paingy for creating visuals for my newsletter. Why do you even need email marketing? The most common reasons, of course, include growing recurring sales, increasing customer lifetime value, growing an average deal size. If you're a software business, growing your trial to paid conversion rate. Your email marketing goals and KPIs should definitely stem from your business goals. Check out my video on building a marketing strategy to see how exactly you can calculate your marketing goal based on your business objectives. Let's assume your goal is to get to $1,000 in sales from email. Based on this, you can easily estimate your desired open rate, click-through rate, and the size of your email list. We're obviously going to talk about the specific terms and definitions later in this video, but just to give you some context. Email open rate is the percentage of subscribers who open a specific email out of your total number of subscribers. Click-through rate. For email, it is the percentage of people who clicked on at least one link in your email. Let's run a very simple calculation. If you need to drive $1,000 from email this month and your average deal size is 500, you can estimate your email list size that can generate you the desired number of sales. So let's assume your open rate is 20% and your average CTR is 2%. So in this case, you'll get at least one sale when your minimum email list size is 5,000. The next step here is to either double your email list as fast as possible, which is not so realistic to be honest, or launch a series of emails this month to hit more than one deal. So how to build your email database? On the one hand, you can start building a database of your current clients, just to make sure that they are aware of the possibility of receiving different kinds of email communications from you before you start doing that. Obviously, another way to go about it is to build an email list from scratch. And when building an email list from scratch, keep this in mind. Your email subscriber should not face a question like this in the future. Why have I even subscribed to their email list? So your goal here is to clearly showcase the value they'll get. Whether it's a pop-up form on your website, a downloadable ebook in exchange for their email address, let's say, or a newsletter subscription form on your landing page, the incentive has to be enticing enough. Free shipping and gift cards seem to be actually the most desired benefits by internet users, as per a study run by Email Monday. This is a very reliable source, by the way. Other ways to build your email list can be, for example, asking your customers to subscribe in your physical shop or collecting email addresses at events. Whatever option you choose, just make sure you enable double opt-in. You know, when you sign up for an email list and then you get the email asking you to confirm your subscription by clicking a link, right? So that's exactly what we call double opt-in. Basically, you're officially added to the list only after you click the confirmation link. It's also known as a confirmed opt-in. The cool thing about using this double opt-in is that it helps keep spam addresses out of your list. So this means that those annoying bots that try to sneak into your newsletter just won't stand a chance. the juiciest part of email marketing is email segmentation, which essentially means dividing your recipients based into groups based on their interests, behaviors, or demographical data like their birthday, for example. If you get your email marketing segments right, your customers will receive only relevant emails and only packed with information that they actually want. And that personalization obviously leads to more conversions, more purchases, and, well, happier customers. So how exactly can your business segment their email list, and what campaigns can you send to each segment? There are obviously plenty of ways to approach this, and I handpicked the use cases that would work specifically for a small business. All right, so you've got some new folks who just sign up for your emails, right? So here's a smart move. Create a special group just for them, focusing on those who joined, for example, in the last month. Then start sending them a series of onboarding emails. You can also include a discount code to boost them to make the first purchase. Idea number 2, offer a personalized gift on their birthday and your brand will always be top of mind for them. You can also split your customer base into 2 groups, B2B and B2C. If you're dealing with businesses, they're not going to care much about a small discount or a trendy Instagram event, right? What they want to see are tutorials or webinars that can help them with their business needs. On the other hand, if your regular consumers might be, they might be all over that discount if they belong to the B2C category. So show your regular buyers you value them by notifying them about new products, offering exclusive deals, and inviting them to exclusive events. That's also an option. For e-commerce businesses, so if someone clicks on your email but doesn't buy anything from your site in the next 5 days, you've got an opportunity. So send them a little nudge, maybe a gentle reminder or even a special offer to sweeten the deal, so to say. When a customer can't buy something because it's out of stock, they often click the email me when back in stock button on your site, right? So little do they know that by doing that, they've put themselves in a special email group. And with an email automation feature that essentially any email client offers these days, they can get a restock notification without you even having to lift a finger. In B2B, segmenting your email list based on roles, departments, or purchasing authority is definitely key. For example, a marketing webinar might only matter to the marketing and sales teams, while data security materials are more relevant for the C-level, decision makers, or say IT teams. So how to get started with email segmentation? Before you start segmenting, you obviously need data. So focus on gathering and studying data to create meaningful segments. You can answer these questions. What data do we already have? Start with what's already in your pocket, right? What data can we gather now? So look at what you can track but haven't used yet. What data do we need to ask for? So figure out what info you're missing and what info you need to get directly from your customers. Time to plan the content of your emails. So what can your newsletters be about? At a general level, you need to find this balance between creating educational and commercial content. While inviting to your webinars or sharing beauty tips is obviously invaluable, you also need to make sure that your emails result in sales. So when planning your email content calendar, and I hope you already have one, don't you? These are the topic clusters you can consider for your calendar. Behavioral emails. So these are the emails triggered by specific actions or behaviors of your subscribers, like welcome emails when someone signs up or follow-up emails after a purchase. Promotional campaigns. So these are the emails that focus on promoting specific products, services, or offers to drive sales or conversions. They can include discounts, limited time offers, or product launches. They're designed to grab their attention, of course, and simply encourage them to take action. Seasonal emails, for example, Valentine's Day promotions, summer sales, or those back-to-school specials. Let's talk about the must-have components of each email that you're going to send. From name. Choose a name or title that your subscribers will recognize. Usually it's going to be your company name, product, or service they signed up for. Usually it's better to use a company or brand name rather than an individual's name, unless the person is the face of your brand. If you're using a person's name, and it's not a brand, follow it with a comma and then the company or organization you're from. Keep in mind actually that some webmail clients cut off from names in their inbox view. For example, Gmail cuts off addresses at around 20 characters and Yahoo's cutoff varies based on your browser size. I think sometimes it shows as few as 14 characters. Avoid free webmail addresses. So using addresses from services like Yahoo, Outlook, Hotmail, or Gmail can obviously make your emails appear suspicious to receiving service. So instead, use an email address from your organization's domain. Starting from a no reply address can all kind of seem, uncaring to subscribers. So encourage interaction by using an address that allows recipients to reply. Match from name to address. Keep your from name consistent with your email address to, build subscriber trust. Also personalize. If you send both marketing and transactional emails, use different from addresses, for example, newsletters @ or support @, because this will help recipients manage their emails and ensure they reach the right inbox. You can also consider reply to addresses. While your from address should encourage replies, you might want responses to go to a different address, especially for large subscriber lists. For example, to manage out-of-office emails efficiently. The most popular email marketing formulas for from name: company name, first name of the company, full name, service type, for example, PayPal transactions or transfers. Subject line. This is the first thing that they're going to see when they receive your email, so it's crucial to make it attention-grabbing and just, relevant. A good subject line should be concise, clear, and compelling. You want to pique their curiosity and entice them to open the email. So avoid using spammy language or misleading promises, because this can damage your credibility and lead to a higher unsubscribe rate. So instead, focus on offering value and addressing the recipient's pain points or interests. Here are some general email subject lines, kind of like best practices to follow. Unlike a popular belief, I do not recommend A/B testing your subject lines if your email list is just not big enough, so the sample size is simply too small. Also, the iOS 15 update introduced Hide My Email function and mail privacy protection, which hinders accurate data collection, unfortunately. Also, keep it short, between 30 to 50 characters. According to a MailChimp study, emails with 50 characters or less have 12% higher email newsletter open rates and 75% higher click-through rates than any other emails. Also, avoid using spam trigger words such as earn extra, make money, click here, 100% free, unbelievable, and other clickbaity terms. So try to make it personal as well. Use more than just their name. Include stuff about where they're from, what they bought before, what they like, things that matter to them. And you can do this easily with email automation tools that let you customize each email with these details. I've mentioned it earlier. How to write great email subject lines? Grab their attention right away. Start with something like, something interesting, like a cool fact, a relatable phrase, or just focus on what they'll get out of reading your email. Make it fun. People like a little bit of playfulness, so use alliteration, rhymes, song lyrics, or even throw in some emojis. Why not? Keep it casual also, write like you're talking to a friend. Even if your brand is serious, being conversational just makes your emails easier to read and just more friendly. Use contractions like you are instead of you are. Tell them what to do. Give them a clear call to action in your subject line, because it lets them know that your email, it's all about, and it just makes sense for them to take action. Ask questions. Questions get people thinking and engage them right away. So try starting your subject line with a question to just, spark their curiosity. For example, having a rough day? Are you making these X mistakes? Will you save 50%? You can also get inspiration from your own inbox. That's what I do all the time. If you see some great subject lines that catch your eye, just borrow them and, of course, tweak them to match your style. Also create a sense of urgency. We all hate that feeling, when we're missing out. So tap into the fear of missing out by emphasizing scarcity in your subject lines. For example, pay X for Y, or, sales ends today, something like that. Use brackets and parentheses to highlight important info or organize details without shouting with caps. Speak directly to them. Use you and your to make your message feel just more personal and connect with your readers. Also, be clear. Even if you're being mysterious, make sure that your subject line gives them an idea on what to expect. Preview text is the additional text displayed below or next to an email subject line in your inbox. It provides extra insight into the content of your email. So email preview text is important because it grabs their attention in, a super short space. It makes their experience better, and it also improves how well your email performs. Use the first few sentences of your email as the preview text. It can give your recipients a peek into what's inside, and it just encourages them to open it. Also, make it compelling and action-oriented. Use language that grabs their attention, like get 12 or 20% off your first purchase. Also, keep it short and sweet, preferably under 19 characters. Most email clients will only show 100 characters, so it's important to stay within that limit. Avoid using special characters. Email body. So you can have a text-based email, or when you create an email using a drag-and-drop module, you're generating an HTML email. You can easily recognize HTML emails. They're those stylish multimedia marketing emails you often see in your own inbox. If you want to send stylish emails but don't know how to code, not a problem at all. Many email tools offer these days ready-to-use HTML templates that you can, they'll let you design professional emails without you having to code. And so the tool will automatically code for you. It's incredible if you don't have a web designer on your team, but still want to have good-looking emails. But if you're comfortable with HTML and if you want more control, most email tools let you actually import custom templates. There are lots of free HTML templates online that you can tweak to fit your brand as well. However, creating an HTML email from scratch requires advanced HTML knowledge or working with a developer. When designing HTML emails, remember these, I would say, key practices. Make your email responsive for different screen sizes and devices. So design it with the mobile-first approach in mind. More than half of emails are opened on mobile today. Also, ensure your styling works across different email clients. Be mindful of your email's loading time. Just like with your web page loading time, it's essentially the same. Say you've selected an email template that works best for you, and the next step is to plan the structure of your content or the outline. The bare minimum you need to take into account: relevance. If you're trying to sell your pizza from Rome to a citizen of Barcelona in your email, this is a road to failure, my friend. Scannability. Attention spans are extremely short today. I'm sure you know that. Break down longer paragraphs into shorter pieces. Use bullet points. Keep your sentences short. The rest is up to your brand guidelines and tone of voice. Also remember about the intrigue, so keep it enticing enough to continue all the way to your call to action. And actually, talking about the call to action, each email that you send should have a specific end goal and a clear call to action. Do you want them to upgrade the plan or perhaps to watch your latest video? Email visuals is another important aspect to consider. After helping various startups with their marketing efforts, I know firsthand that one of the hardest parts of managing a small business is to find the right talent and the right graphic designer to help you with your social media visuals, for example, with your newsletter banners or any other graphics. Searching for the right talent is simply tiring and costly. Try out Paingy, your in-house creative team, but without the hiring hassle and the overhead cost. Create a project brief and receive a completed project tomorrow. No hiring, no contracts, no more missed deadlines. It is essentially agency-trained creative at a fixed cost. I tried using Paingy for my email banner for my own newsletter, and I loved how easy and fast the entire process was. I really enjoyed how easily I could add revisions, for example, with their point-and-click system. I got my design delivered within 24 hours. Nothing feels better than receiving design assets so fast. Today, their team supports more than 25,000 brands with the likes of Reebok, Express, World Wrestling, Entertainment, and many more. Use my promo code Elena10 to get a 15% discount on any plan. The link is in the description below. When it comes to embedding images in emails, there are a few key things to keep in mind for a smooth experience. First off, you want to choose image formats that are widely accepted across different email platforms like Gmail or Outlook. JPEGs, PNGs, and GIFs usually work. I normally go with PNGs, and when I made briefs for designers on Paingy, for example, I picked the strictly follow my guidelines option to specify that. Next up, file size matters. You want to keep your images small enough to load quickly but still look good. The usual screen size is 1920 to 1080 pixels. If you keep your images under 600 wide for desktops and around 320 pixels for mobiles, they'll show up right, no matter how your recipients open their emails. Now, the content of your images matters too, of course, so make sure they're attention-grabbing and relevant to your audience. No one likes generic stock photos that don't really say anything. Think about showcasing, for example, your product or service in action. On Paint.g, I would usually drop a few references for a designer to benchmark. Another important thing is alt text. This is like a safety net for when images don't load properly. It's a short description of the image that helps visually impaired folks understand what's supposed to be there. And lastly, always test your emails before sending them out. You want to make sure they look good and everything just looks good across different email services. So tools like Mailtrap or Litmus can help you with that. And remember, even if your images look great in your tests, it's always good to have backups like alt text, well, just in case. Like I mentioned earlier, the reasons I loved working on my email visuals with Paint.g was the fact that I could easily add revisions to the drafts in case something doesn't work. What is the best time to send my emails? It's one of the most common questions when it comes to email marketing. MailerLite studied millions of email marketing campaigns from the US, UK, Australia, and Canada. And according to their findings, most marketers prefer sending campaigns on Tuesdays, and Thursdays have the highest open rates. The best times for opens are around from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. with a peak between 6 to 7 p.m. And there is another surprising peak at 2 a.m. in their local time zone. However, take this with a pinch of salt because everything depends on your own case, on your industry, and many other factors. Let's talk about deliverability. In other words, making sure that your email reaches their inbox. Even though companies do send emails left and right these days, not all of them actually make it to their destination. And according to Influencer Marketing Hub's latest research, actually only about 80% of legit emails reach where they're supposed to go. That means for every 20 users, around 3 might not get what you're sending. And that's quite a big deal, think about it. Some folks won't get back into their accounts right away. Some won't hear about your cool new stuff, and some might forget you exist altogether. And that could mean they're looking elsewhere, even at your competitors. So what's considered a good email deliverability rate? Well, there is no one-size-fits-all answer here, but generally speaking, anything between from 85 to 95% is quite a good aim. For marketing emails, they usually don't get as much love as you would actually hope, and only about from 20 to 25% get opened. And as for transactional emails, it's a whole different game. People usually expect those emails, and they're more likely to open them right away, right? Quite obvious, but that's the truth. And that's why transactional emails often boost deliverability, and open rates are usually as high as from 80 to 85%. What affects the email deliverability rate? Well, there are a few key things that can mess it up. First off, if your emails are getting marked as spam a lot, it's a big red flag. Then there is the content of your email. So if it's sketchy or looks spammy, it's more likely to get blocked. Sending too many emails too fast is not good either. And lastly, it's the tech side. So the tools and systems that you use to send those emails can make quite a big difference in whether they actually make it to their inbox. Improving email deliverability is crucial for successful campaigns, and let's dive into some best practices to do so. Build the right reputation. So internet service providers really care about your domain and IP credibility. So check your reputation before delivering emails just to ensure that you're not sending unwanted messages. To build a good reputation, only email people who want to hear from you. Make unsubscribing easy to reduce spam complaints. Also consider setting up a preference center for users. Also track bounce rate, hard bounce and soft bounce. Remove contacts that bounce to maintain list quality. So hard bounces fail permanently, and soft bounces are temporary issues. Regularly clean your list to focus only on engaged users. Also select the right tools. Use authentication methods like DKIM, SPF, and all the scary abbreviations to verify your emails. This helps prevent phishing and improve deliverability. Also rely on double opt-in. Like I mentioned earlier, double opt-in confirms users' intent to subscribe. It also reduces bounce rates and spam reports. It keeps your list clean and just complies with regulations. Also decide between shared and dedicated IPs. Consider whether shared or dedicated IP is best for your sending volume. Shared IPs are cost-effective, but dedicated IPs offer actually more control over reputation. Personalize the from field and subject line to increase open rates. Also use branding and keep your subject lines informative to just boost credibility and engagement. So how to analyze the effectiveness of email marketing? It's never enough to just look at the metrics provided in your email tools dashboard. You should always track the entire funnel. Let's break email marketing analytics into two parts: marketing metrics and business level metrics. For the marketing level view, let's talk about some basic email marketing metrics and how to calculate them. Open rate. Number of emails opened divided by number of emails delivered multiplied by 100. Keep in mind, note that with Apple's mail privacy protection, open rates for Apple Mail users may be overinflated. Bounce rate, the number of emails bounced divided by the number of emails sent multiplied by 100. Keep in mind, a high bounce rate signals poor list hygiene, so that's why you should never purchase email lists. Please aim for a bounce rate of 2% or even less. Click-through rate. Number of emails clicked divided by number of emails delivered multiplied by 100. Click to open rate, that's another abbreviation to keep in mind. So number of emails clicked divided by number of emails opened multiplied by 100. This measures the effectiveness of your subject line. And unsubscribe rate. So number of unsubscribers divided by number of emails delivered multiplied by 100. Aim for an unsubscribe rate of less than from 1 to 2%. Unsubscribers are not necessarily bad, but it might give you a hint that there is a need to review your content or permission practices. Spam complaint rate, so number of spam complaints divided by number of emails delivered multiplied by 100. A spam complaint above 0.1 is quite concerning, so ensure that the whole unsubscribe process is easy, and also think about how you acquire your list. Email list growth rate is another metric to keep in mind, and this is the formula. Email list churn, so monthly churned subscribers divided by list size at the beginning of the month multiplied by 100. Churn rates measure the number of subscribers removed from your list, including unsubscribers, bounces, and some unengaged subscribers. Deliverability rate or inbox placement rate, so this measures the percentage of emails that successfully land in their inbox, excluding spam or junk folders. So this reflects the effectiveness of email authentication, list quality, and just your content relevance. Obviously, high deliverability rate ensures maximum visibility and engagement with email content. The business level metrics to look at: conversion rate. So this determines the percentage of recipients who take the desired action after opening the email. Action could include things like making a purchase, signing up for a webinar, or downloading an ebook. Revenue per email. This calculates the average revenue generated per email sent. And this is especially key to track if you send triggered emails to specific segments such as abandoned cart reminders. And this is useful for forecasting revenue and assessing the effectiveness of your email marketing efforts, of course. And the low rate may indicate the ineffective content or targeting strategies. Revenue per subscriber, so the average revenue generated per active subscriber over a specific period. And this provides insights into subscriber engagement and lifetime value. And of course, this helps in evaluating the overall revenue contribution of email. Subscriber lifetime value is another metric. This estimates the total value generated by a subscriber throughout their life cycle. And this is useful for assessing subscriber retention strategies and just your acquisition costs. And of course, the return on investment. And this is essential for evaluating your profitability. So this measures the financial return generated by email marketing efforts relative to the investment made. And this is great for comparing your email with any other channel. And Obviously, you can't track every single data point. Only track the metrics that align with your goals. For example, if your goal is to grow your email program in general, then the key metric to track for you are email list growth rate, subscriber acquisition cost. While if you're after increasing email engagement rate, then the main metrics for you to track are click-through rate, click-to-open rate, unsubscribe rate. If your goal is to drive, for example, sales through email, then you'll be looking at conversion rate, revenue per email, subscriber lifetime value, return on investment, of course. And lots of companies actually keep an eye on basic stuff like how many people open their emails or click on links. But then when it comes to things like how much money they're making from those emails or how valuable their subscribers are over time, not as many pay attention, unfortunately. How much does email marketing cost? I've made a breakdown of the most popular email marketing tools, and here's what we can see. The most expensive tool listed here is HubSpot, which starts at around $900 per month. On the other hand, Brevo, Aweber, and ConvertKit offer free starting plans. However, for example, Brevo's free plan has limitation, and Aweber's free plan includes only up to 500 subscribers and just one email list. I wouldn't go for HubSpot at the beginning as it might be too advanced for you. You can start with a free trial for a few email providers and see what works best for your needs. And note that the pricing will depend on various factors such as your email list size, the number of emails you want to send, whether you want to run transactional emails. A typical scenario for a small business would be to go, for example, for a starter plan, which includes tons of emails per month, no daily sending limit, no provider branded logo, and basic reporting and analytics. This would be around from 20 to 30 USD per month. Another cost having to do with your email marketing can include, for example, copywriters. A decent copywriter charges from $19 to $45 per hour on Upwork. Let's assume that you want to go for the most expensive one from this range, and they would spend around 1 week per month with you. So that's about 40 hours. This is around 1,800. Another cost is hiring a graphic designer, and a good one charges from $15 to $35 on Upwork. And 1 week of work per month, and the top-notch designer from this range equals to 1,400. And this all adds up to 3,200. Alternatively, you can go with PaintG for $500 per month and get access to talented designers and simplify your project management. As with PaintG, the entire process is simple and affordable. In this case, you will have to spend around 2,300 and save around 1,000. That's all for now. Thanks a lot for watching this tutorial. Subscribe to my channel for more marketing tutorials and tips that actually work today. And continue watching this next video on my channel.